Well, hello and good morning, divine beings. It is your girl, your sister, your friend, Miss Crystal here, and hopefully this is a good angle. I'm outside on my balcony, and I'm about to get ready to do my meditation. But before I start, I just wanted to come and express the sentiments of my heart because good morning to you too. So good morning. Going forward, this is going to be like tea time. I'm gonna have my tea tomorrow morning, and we're gonna be out here on a balcony listening to nature, tapped in, connected to one and everything that is. All right, so I don't want to lose the train of thought or the flow that I was in. So I'm just going to pray right now, and I'm going to ask that the infinite intelligence, that the supreme being, that the highest being of everything, which is God, that you will come in and that you will penetrate my mind and allow me to speak the thoughts that you will have me to say. In the mighty name of God, I pray. Amen. So, yeah, the energy is a little bit different out here than it is in my house because I kind of built up an atmosphere of prayer and meditation in my house. And this is like the first time that I'm outside on the porch trying to channel energy. So it's really quiet right now, but that's okay. Okay, so now that I'm back inside, it's a little bit different. That's how it works. So I apologize for that. But I was headed in a direction where I was talking about a discipline or a principle that we need to govern our life. One of the main things that I'm picking up right now is that there is a lot of agitation. There is a lot of frustrations. There are a lot of adverse situations that are happening in people's lives. I do not know to what level and degree, but what I'm feeling is a disharmony. So I want to pray that everything will go God's way, and we have to realize God's way is one of unification, reunification, and harmony. He wants all of us to be one body, okay? And one of the things that came to my mind this morning upon waking up was that we all have to appreciate each other's difference. That's what makes life worth living. And one thing about the whole situation is that in our difference, what we have to realize is that we all are essentially the same. And when I say the same, I'm talking about we are the same species. There's only one species of human beings that's on this planet right now, and that is the Homo sapiens sapient. We are all a part of this class, although we appear to be different on the outside. So in our sameness, which is the race, the human species, we have to begin to expand our mind and appreciate the genius of God's mind and the creation of man. How we appear to be different with the different tones and colors, shades of our body, different eye colors, the different hair colors, hair textures, body types and body shapes, and just everything. God, he crossed every T and he dotted every I, and no thought escaped his mind. So in our sameness, in our oneness, in our likeness, which is the human race, we have to begin to appreciate the differences in other people. And this is what's going to make life sweet. And this is what's going to make life more worth living, because the diversities, There are so many diversities among us. And if we were all the same, how boring and how bland life would be. If we all thought the same, looked the same, spoke the same, lived the same even, life would be so boring because it will be a predictability. We would know what to expect. We would not be challenged. We would not essentially grow. We are here on this planet to grow, and we grow here on this planet called Earth, which is a high contrast planet. There's so much like turbulence and resistance that's on this planet, and that's how we learn our lessons, and that's how we essentially grow on this planet, through adverse situations. So, if you hear something, my neighbor is outside arguing with her man, I guess that's what I was picking up this morning. I'm just going to send a prayer for them that, peace, love, and light, honey. Y'all should not want to fight. It's too early in the morning. So bring peace, love, and light, honey. Look like a delight. Act like a delight. Treat that man right, and hopefully the man treat her right. I don't know if y'all hear that, but I'm going to move on from there, and I'm going to block that out. Okay, so as I was saying, the appreciation, we have to appreciate the difference of other people, because that's how we become great, when we realize that we are all the same, expressing ourselves differently on this plane of existence, which is the third dimension. And I'm praying that there will be harmony. And I really felt this deep in my spirit this morning, that we all need to come into harmony. We all need to come into unification, and we all need to balance out our energies, balance out our thought processes. We have to stabilize ourselves, right? Because with the agitation, and I even myself, I'm going to speak personally about myself right now. Within the last couple of days, I've noticed that there has been some agitation that's coming up with me, because I've been working through so many blocks and so many situations in my life. And I pretty much thought that I was over a lot of things, but old energy is being revisited. It's coming back up for me. And I'm in control of myself, and I can recognize it. So in switching the focus for myself, I'm going to try to incorporate you all back into this. Okay, so if there is any agitation, frustrations that's coming up for you, what you have to do essentially is recognize things for what it is. Okay, that's step number one. We all should be meditating. I'm gonna start there. That's step number one. We all should be meditating right now, with just maybe 10 to 15 minutes in the beginning of the day. Before you even start your day, you want to meditate so you can see things in the proper way. You want to settle down your body and settle down your mind. And if you do this in the morning time, it should be easier, because your day haven't got started yet. Upon waking up and open up your eyes, sit up, be still, be quiet right there, right then, and pay attention to the thoughts that are on your mind at that time. Pay attention to the feelings that you are feeling in your body at that time. And what you want to begin to do is release that. You want to step back. Okay, step number one is meditate. In your meditation, the first step in becoming aware is to become aware. To become present in the moment. To sit down, be still, don't make a sound, and observe what's going on within. The kingdom of God is within. Pay attention to what's going on within your kingdom, which is your mind. which is on the inside. And you become aware by observing only. You want to observe the prevailing thoughts. But in your observation, what you will begin to realize is that you have the supreme ability to disconnect and step back. You can experience the thought, you can experience the feeling, but you do not have to associate yourself with it. You pay attention to it. And once you catch it, catch that thought. When that thought just pop up in your head, catch it and let it go. It's not simple. Believe me, I know it's not simple, especially if you are so attached to your feelings and you so in your feelings all the time. It's not going to be simple. I'm just going to keep it real with you, okay? I'm going to keep it real with you. I've been doing this for many years. It gets easier in your practice, but when you first start that practice of meditation, baby, you be all over the place. You might find yourself in some hellish realms, like if your life is a living hell right now, when you start to meditate, you gonna wake up in some hellish realms. Like you gonna find yourself with some ill thoughts and ill intentions and ill visions, ill whatever. We gonna call a spade a spade. It is what it is. You've been experiencing this already, so you can deal with it already. Up to this point, you've been dealing with it. But what you about to do is put an end to it. Because you want to participate in the betterment of yourself. And one of those things that came to my mind was the restoration, the restoring of our soul. We are really praying that the supreme intelligence will begin to flood our mind and that he will restore our soul to its natural estate before we ever experience anything to hurt us, before we ever had any traumatic experiences. What we essentially want to do is for God to bring us back to the original plan that he had for our life. And that right there, my dear, is a journey. That right there is a hard task, but it is possible. With each passing day, you can get closer to doing things God's way. Okay, so one of the things that I'm pushing for right now, and I've been speaking about this for the past 2 years publicly, but behind the scenes, I've been doing this for almost a decade now. And that's personal development. And one of those components is meditation. All right, so I know the benefits of this, and I'm really advocating for this. And I want you to know that I'm not speaking from a place of observation right here. I'm not speaking from a place of just watching what other people talking about in the spiritual community. I'm not speaking from a place of knowing with my conscious mind, but not knowing or experiencing it in my subconscious mind. I don't have to think about this because this is my reality, and this is like a practice that I really participate. Right? Sorry, I was cut off. I got so many videos on my phone, and I have to begin to start posting what I have. Okay, so anyway, so I'm speaking from a place of knowing what I'm talking about, not just reading something and intellectually understanding something. I'm speaking from a place of resonance. Like, not only do I resonate on this plane, but this is where I live. This is my plane of existence. Okay, this is where you can find me, inside of my mind. You can find me there. Okay, so that's where I want y'all to go, inside your mind, and learn how to essentially control your mind. Okay, so you observe what it is that you're thinking, and you observe what it is that you're feeling. I want to step into the light. The light is shining so bright, and I want some of it. So Plus, I want to pay attention to my angles, baby, because I want y'all to know that I don't be always looking crazy. But you know, when a download comes to me, I don't care how I'm looking. If I'm looking crazy, baby, I'm gonna try to let y'all know what's going on. But I want to be more aware and more conscious of my presentation of myself, because I am a beauty professional. Okay, I'm a hairstylist. If you do not follow me on my other platforms on Facebook or Instagram, I'm not that active right now on either of those. I want to be more active here on YouTube, but so you can get an overall gauge for who I am as a person. Okay, get an overall gauge for who I am as a person. I'm a beauty professional, and pretty soon I will be a mental health professional, because it is my dream to be a psychiatrist. Okay, and I'm pursuing my education right now. So needless to say, I already got the information. The information was downloaded into me. I came into this planet with the information already, but I have to get my degrees and things like that to be, for lack of a better word, acknowledged or accredited, right? I have to get the degrees. But the gift already works. It's a gift from God. My mind, your mind as well, is a gift from God. And when you tap in, only then can you realize what's laying dormant on the inside. Okay? Only then. You have to journey within. Only then. So, let it be so, and it is so. All right? So, I don't want to keep these videos so long, even though I really like to be thorough in the explanations, my explanations and my things like that. I like to be really long and drawn out so people can really understand it. Sometimes you have to say things in different ways. You say the same thing, but many different ways, just so it can click. It's called repetition. You have to repeat, study and repeat, so that you can remember. Okay, so you going back to what I was trying to say, we want to meditate. We want to become aware of the prevailing thoughts in our mind. And then once we become aware, what we want to begin to do, because this is going to be an active meditation, you have to silence everything down. And then you begin to, now in the silencing of things, it's going to take a while. I'm going to be honest. This is a process, and it takes time. And when I say time, I don't want to scare nobody off, but I just got to let you know what you have to prepare yourself for. It takes at least 1 to 2 years, from my experience, to settle down, especially your mind. Now, I don't know how connected or attached a lot of people are to their physical body, but this body can have a mind of its own. All right, this body is a separate entity from our mind, and our mind is a separate entity from our spirit. But what we have to learn how to do is integrate every component, all 3 components, and make them work in harmony and unison under the submission, under the subjection of our spirit, which is our higher self. The real self is the spirit, okay? And what you want to do is make a channel. You want to make an avenue for the spirit to come in. And that's where meditation comes in at, because you will prep and you will prime your body and your mind to take on this potent energy of the spirit. Okay, baby, the spirit is so powerful. Our spirit is so powerful, and our spirit is so how can I explain it? We be detached and out of whack. We be detached and out of whack. Everything could be detached and out of whack. It can be going crazy. All right. The spirit can be in one place. The mind can be in several different places. And then the body is acting out of character. Our body can act out of character. We will find ourselves doing things that we don't know why we doing it. Somebody can catch you in the act of doing something, and they can ask you what you doing or why you doing what you doing, and you can honestly say, I don't know. If somebody catch you doing something, they say, why you doing that? And you say, I don't know. That could be a real answer. You really don't even know what you're doing because your body has taken on a mind of its own. Whatever you fed to your body, whether it's sex, because I'm going to speak real today. On this channel, baby, we speak real. And I'm sitting on this floor. On this channel, honey, we speak real. And I'm going to keep it real. Some people be having all this sex. Modern times. I'm going to just speak real. A lot of people out there is having too much sex. And they having too much. Yeah. Some of y'all need to stop having so much sex with so many different people. And as I was saying, I'm coming from a Christian perspective. Like, I'm just going to say that, you know, whether you agree with it or not, but understand that it works. So some of y'all need to focus on yourself right now. You've been wasting too much time on everybody else. Y'all been chasing nuts. Y'all been chasing sluts. And some of y'all been trying to do it in the butt. I just had to make that rhyme. Some of y'all been trying to do it in the butt. Y'all need to give it up, baby. Put an end to it. Stop. It's finished. Don't do it again. Don't do it again. Find yourself. By yourself. Get yourself somewhere by yourself and sit down somewhere. Okay? Go be with yourself. Go be with yourself and don't do nothing when you by yourself. And that's how you're going to find yourself. And that's how you're going to come back to yourself. Like, you're going to get your mind right. You're going to find yourself in a better place. You're going to be able to think better. You're going to be able to have clarity. Meditation is, as I said before, I will say it again, is an ancient spiritual practice. This is not something that I invented. This is not something that you invented. This is very ancient. This is very ancient. And you can, if you begin to practice your meditation, you're going to find yourself. You're going to be aware of yourself. You're going to be aware of your thoughts that you're thinking. That's the main message for today, is I want you to practice your presence. I want you to be aware of your presence. The presence, we all have a presence that can be felt wherever we go. If you got some strong energy, when you walk up on somebody before they see you, they can feel you. They feel your presence. So it's that energy that we want to center, we want to ground, and we want to change that energy, right? We want people to get the right feelings about us. We want people to have the right notions about us, because we're going to start working on our speech. That's how somebody can have the right understanding of you. But in order for somebody to have the right feeling about you, you have to work on your presence. Because this presence that we carry, our presence that we have, this is our energy. This is what people experience from us. Some things you ain't got to explain because it can be felt. You know what I'm saying? The unspoken words, the body language, the presence. That's what you want to become aware of through your meditative practice. So sit down, silence your mind, silence your body. Start with the body, okay? We're going to start with the body. And I'm going to get more organized so that I can communicate my thoughts in a more cohesive and a more chronological sequence, because I do know I speak all over the place. So go ahead and review this video another time and even jot down some things if needed, okay? I also want to ask that anybody who watch these videos, please have an open mind as to what it is that I'm saying. Although you may have potentially heard what I'm saying, you haven't heard it the way I'm saying it. So it is my hope, wish, desire. It is the hope, wish, and desire of God. Okay, this is why he uses me. The reason why he uses me is because I have this, he's given me this ability to debunk and demystify spiritual terms, practices, and principles into a more practical approach. All this spiritual information that's being spewed out into the airways via YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all the information that you pick up from other people, there is some truth to it, but you have to begin to process it. You got to take that information that you know in your conscious mind, your conscious thinking mind. You can't be thinking that you know. You have to know that you know, and how you know what you know is based on what you do. That's the real you, the subconscious, the unconscious. You want to reach that unconscious, and you want to then begin to make it conscious. And you can only do that through meditation. Ain't no way around it. I don't care what they said, what anybody said. No disrespect to nobody. But if you want to listen to somebody, you got to listen to the great ones who came before us, like the masters of the race. There have been masters of this race, and one of those ones that I love, and some people might take offense when I say one of those ones, the main one, I'm going to word it like this. The main one that I love the most, that I really try to pattern myself after. I'm not perfect and I'm not there yet, but I'm practicing trying to be like Christ. And what you got to understand is Christ was the Son of Man and the Son of God. Jesus, the Christ, was the Son of Man and the Son of God. But we want to go beyond the body, which was Jesus, Yeshua. And we want to enter into the mind, which was the Christ consciousness. You let that mind be in you, which was also in Christ. That was God's mind, supreme higher mind. And that's the mind that you want to pattern yourself after. That's the mind that you want to ask to come in and rewire your thinking. You want to ask the mind of Christ, the mind of God, to come inside of your mind and stabilize you. And I'm going to let you know, when this energy begins to come through, you got to be ready. And the only way to get yourself ready is for you to meditate. Still your body, still your mind. Because when this potent energy of the Spirit of God, when he come in, he gonna blow your mind, baby. He come through and he kicking the dough in. I'm telling you, yeah, he is patient, he is kind, but he is a power to be reckoned with. And when he do something, he get it done. It's finished, okay? And that's where we want to go, to the end. And when I say the end, I'm talking about the finished product. We want to actualize ourselves. We want to realize ourselves. And it's not all about us. It is about God, but you got to understand God is inside of your mind. God ain't in the sky only. He ain't out in the universe and he's in everything. And one of those things is your mind. One of those things is within you. God is within you. So tap in and reach in. Tap in and reach in. And let him do what he want to do with you. Let him continue to work on you. And then you work on yourself. Because I want you to know, God has finished everything. It's a done deal. He's waiting for us to catch up to him. Catch up in the realization of what he wants for our life. He wants us to be great because he is great. He's the greatest, actually.